In the last couple of days, sexuality and sexual preferences have become topical issues, and that's because there are some 8 MPs sponsoring a private member's bill against LGBTQI+ activities. In fact, there have been confrontations, there have been interesting reactions on social media and on traditional media. We've had our celebrities, the showbiz personalities, join. There was a confrontation between Sister Deborah and Sam George, who is one of the MPs pushing for the passage of the bill. Kojo Sheldon also had his own share of it. On this episode of Bloggers Forum, we look at the involvement of celebrities as far as this bill is concerned. We also touch on some other issues that have become topical within the week. Remember, the show is brought to you by Cheesy Pizza. I am Benefo Boabin Abrantipa, and this is Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. Thanks for joining us. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. The show is sponsored by Cheesy Pizza. Cheesy Pizza has all you want from juices, smoothies, jollof fried rice, spag, meatballs. We have great deals for you all week. Cheesy Pizza gives you the McCheesy combo every Monday and Thursday with only 49 cedis. You get 1 small pizza, fries and chicken, 1 cola drink at all branches. Tuesdays are Super Tuesday at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Buy Super Family Pizza at half price every Tuesday for 40 cedis at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Be part of the midweek bonanza every Wednesday. Buy and get 1 free at all Cheesy Pizza branches. And also remember to start your weekend with special jollof and fried rice from Cheesy Pizza branches every Friday. Call 0264133 to place your order. Cheesy Pizza, your way. Joining me on this episode of Bloggers Forum is the columnist and international debater. He's a broadcaster. He's the man who says you can be colorful in all your statements. I mean, it doesn't bother him. He cannot be bothered. Abdul Karim Ibrahim. Karim, welcome.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Nanea Redu, aka Nanea 18, is with oneplayafrica.com. On the way, see, Krum has the home. And some course of Nana, you are fine. Nice. So, Ama Bruni is not coming today. Yeah. But there is someone presenting today's episode of Nkomo Oho. And Nediano, you fit English kakra, I'm sure. I'm sure what they ever crab efra. Elsie is on standby with Nkomo Oho.
Namile nkuya mekpoko na mianya be gamesu be macho Nkomo Oho segment venami midindi Elsie Lama enne mijnemu ama minua ama broni enne yebe pipeline sema esisimu na watwi mu ba ansa na yebe to aso yentwa yen ho kakra mbra sesia na say sha dia ene na medical ena wa posti ne yere Fela Makafui picture atu social media na me say unhu sa picture na ne yere eto ena atade na wa shani so ye see through na che say bibie gu ho e ho na social media fo twa na da pa say che say hey bra aden ade a wo say wonkwan wo hwe na ode abeto abonten say obi an hwe ena celebrities be to say kidi inso abe comment say he who finds a wife finds a good thing. But aside the comments, no, me say commenter e one medical post asini na eye insults. E bi mo kra beka say, inti na strong man say, big body, why drink it to us coins? And show, kowo, and show, and show. And so me say any way and when they say I could perform me war Ghana Music Awards UK launch edin sim bebre aba na sem say Samobekaya 3 years ago Abra Rough Town Records ebe signing when they say if you Schwarzenegger ebe ka same be
when they say now was signing yen him say she will never achieve what Ebony achieved Ghana na Nenyom and yet dead. The talent is weak. On one kasa we need confidence. Style only be not the winning artist of the year.
That was 3 years ago. Fast forward to 2021. Now what Chiemu during the Ghana Music Awards UK launch when they say ebe perform e hwana efia Schwarzenegger so be twan na asipede dem say enya asem ketwa. And now when they say e ka DJ ne say DJ pause me wa sembika
I want to say something. Keep working hard. If you work hard and God blesses you, your haters are going to dance for you.
Video you better Jano and Uncle for say, hey, wait there, shade of the century. When the shade one medal, what kill if you crowd. And now if you ask nigga say, oh, wait there, trouble. Now me cry na my boo, me walk on na my boo. Me name say Wendy na na perform. Na my dream na ya me say patapane perform with stage so. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Order for wait there, abro so. Na say ya bishop. Daniel Obinim and our pen ne paper. Let's just say or dissect it. Black Sheriff the second sermon song no ne enya asem keswa.
What's the boys where's one chat and I saw my chat man scanner be fie and a transaction na koso na one boss with tiaso and I wo tiaso na wo she top for na kila ma ya ba boys e 12 and na boys 12 ya ba ti sibra form.
Now, wait, I bet yet say surprise. Oh, from more social media, you're very surprised because now who so for the anchor ghetto life, ni streets life, yeah, I want you found home bang. Now, obeying video, you better told Jano, someone when him say Ghana ha a bunny breakdown, let's just say, you could just Sheldon, let's just say, bass, my nigga, bass, so unim. Now, you know, man for Becca say, wait, dear, obeying, we beat Kojo Sheldon hands down when him, which he ahonka I know your VIP nyum onim say Ghana had dear some music groups entem tete ankofo beka say oh enye ma na de na esika no mo ko we ho but Bulldog na oye former manager for VIP group no wabeka say VIP no omontema etete ye no enye as a result of money and I say ma and I say whatever it is but because each individual no per se pursuing ne personal interest omo pese omo ye omo ade inti na omo temtete na enye sika na say ma nkofo kika no fifi amivado Stoneboy pe camp ya bedru Stoneboy camp metre Livingston HS Satekla popularly known as Stoneboy or say industry way mo no metre Ghanaian music industry no omo taye ejuma no omo nya the hype and the recognition they deserve na odi ono a example say ono waye ejuma sa e push Ghana forward aye collaborations I was all year aye niama I was say bona baso bass or the least love in the country among his peers. Samobeka ya American rapper Yaw Talk Ebeka say the collaboration with Stormzy on Sorry Remix no Emma UK rapper ne more popular ewa Ghana and also and sanyum crown no so Emma ono Yaw Talk no ebe more known internationally. A na commenter eba no be say social media users no they were trying to knock their heads together. Not just one person would do boom. Not just one and say feud BM bra. Now week here muno Yaw Talk echo perform we UK. E na okoshia Stormzy ewo ne birthday party. Na not just say na sena omo hage na omo kasa na omo vibe. Nobody say like there's nothing really wrong. They will try to prove omo haters no wrong say they are very okay. Omo ayon ko fanen so no emu abeye den. My goddess. Yes, nation's worshipper, gospel musician brother Sammy. Edi abesu dwa say, "Pa say, obeba abegina congregation enim abeje mic so otonyom amayaje offering de anya de obeye biom." Adenya emeyi ombe sheshentadi bi no mo ahepi omonofo no mo yese asa omo sa na sa temptation ne die on fem biom we jai enya ensema esisi na otwi mu no ena maboa no ena mede abremo medin e de Elsie Lama ye besan ehia biom ende abrantepa somewhere.
Thanks Elsie for the tidbits and komo ho agbe. Yeah, medasi. Semecha, mo ferry. Kwame Adom ne cameraman. Nana, I'm in here.
Right. Okay, I'd like to touch on the comment from Stoneboy. It's a very unfortunate comment coming from him.
Well, he says he works so hard. Right.
It's a very unfortunate comment coming from him because the Chroma artists are Ghana for Pet Nasa Empire Stoneboy. You know, at the point where Shatta was fighting him, the whole Ghana rallied behind Stoneboy. it's also contributed to where he has reached in his career as an artist. So for him to come out and say that, I don't get it. Maybe I now will pursue a creative conversation. Now we will talk about him. But it's an unfair thing to say to Ghanaians, especially the media. Stoneboy, I don't know which Ghana media, from Accra to Takrady to Kumasi to OT to Udebubo. Woman boss Stone Young, or they don't talk about him and give him the praise that he deserves. You know, Stoneboy is one of the dancehall artists who has won Reggae Dancehall Act of the Year. Nobody has questioned it before. Nobody. For 5 times, we'll be unquestioned that. Every time there's even the nomination is coming out, people can actually predict that, Reggae Dancehall Act there. Oh yeah, there. You understand what I'm trying to say? Artists are gonna fall so hyping in Yema where you're playing Stoneboy. A song with Kerry Hilson. It became a major topic in media. Among fans, but then like I said, fans is say, you know, the SM camp. Before now, Mzana Beyonce featuring Miles and then something like that. You get me? So even in the country, a lot of people support Stone more than Shatta. So we share Nyama Shatta fans no more can. For instance, Shatta Wale dance an app which is supposed to be like called what? Shagzy.
Yeah.
Almost a happening yet because CSN was saying but my Stone and Metro say something so. Tell one artist I will not support from the colleagues Stone. How many artists now won't share the beam merchandise now? You understand?
Yeah.
So if you have traveled with your team to France, that's a wow. If it's your own money, your own pocket money, there's nothing wrong with it. I said you mean 2014, SMF Shatta Movement family, we were 21 in South Africa. 21 living in 2-bedroom apartment. Back 9,000 rand. We were two. Multiply the money. So it's not as if say the why you never see that. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. We were 21 in South Africa. We lived there for a year, preparing Vibrant Fire with the song Mampi. 21. And I said, a dying, if you are 5 in a room, I'm saying we were 2 in a room. So you are telling you can't be 1 and 3. They will come and knock. It's your own team. All these years, why your album successfully, done well. Why you are dancing? Even 1 year on. If you feel like your team deserves a treat, that's not normal conference. I get it that it's news. Yeah, people talk about it, but I don't know why all of a sudden there's a certain desire to say woman doyen, it's my own pocket money. I want to make them know. Come on, Sarkodie travels with his team every time. When Sark is traveling, you see Angel going, you see Black Nana going. You understand? Urban Effect is going, Mensa is going every time. They go. I've not seen any headline like Sarkodie takes 15 team member to UK. They go every time. As we speak, Nigeria in UK. Every time they go. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's an unfortunate comment from him.
Karim.
Francois. I'm searching for something lighter.
Okay.
And, this, what's his name again? The #1 praises and worship singer in this country.
My goodness, Brother Sammy.
Oh, yeah, I like that guy so much. I mean, for the space that he's in and the sort of controversy that he always serves us and all of that. But talking about why he stopped praises or singing in church.
He has not stopped entirely.
I mean,
just
like
the praises.
The difficulty with and the sort of things that you see at the front pew and all of that. I can't blame him. Have you seen breasts before? Oh, I'm serious.
The breast, which type?
What kind of question is this?
Oh, I didn't even know there were types. I mean,
there are types of breasts.
Oh, really?
Yes. Brother Sami, not me explanation.
Do you care to educate me?
Go to Brother Sami's page. Plenty. Brother Sami is a very vocal artist.
But I read an article. I think there was an article on our lifestyle page.
Okay.
The types of breast. Let's say be Oh, I've forgotten. The sizes. There were some names beneath there.
My breast differs because even bra size is different. So obviously breast
the size and shape.
I'm not even. See how both of you have hijacked.
So you've not seen some before?
No, I mean.
Okay.
I've read quite extensively about the human body.
Okay.
And I can appreciate why Brother Sami will have all the challenges that he has when he has to do the Lord's work. Because so I mean I empathize with him. I would pray with him. I would pray for him and hope that he continues to have the courage to resist what he calls temptation, to be able to do God's work. Because, I mean, it is incumbent upon all of us to make sure that we help one another in this evangelism and this ministry to God. And I think it's without doubt that in this country, if we want somebody mainstream who does praises and worship better than any other person, that would be Brother Sami. So if there is anything at all that he personally considers an inhibition, a distraction, and all of that, I think that you, Abrantepa, should make a commitment today, right here on the show. But I mean, I wanted to say on a more serious note, but there cannot be any serious note on this one. What he's saying, I mean, if you take away the fact about all the moralizing things that he was doing about how some time ago women were covering themselves and all of that. I mean, I'm not interested in all of that. I mean, women should feel free. If they want to show their nipples in church, they should do so. It's up to God to decide how he wants to go about their things. But it is true that breast can be a distraction sometimes. And I have looked around creation, things that God has created and all of that, and I cannot see two things that come together that are more beautiful and enticing than that. So I think I completely relate with that.
I enjoy the way the guy. I enjoy the way he just took his time to describe that. Lowe has a certain video trending. I think I'm going to when did we done breast.
You have to be careful. You are treading on the path of blasphemy. But yeah, I mean, I found it a very interesting thing, and of course, that's not also out of character for him. He's such a very lively character, and I think any point in time when he is on any platform like that, conversation like that, you are always hearing something. Look at his hairstyle, and he defies norm for me, and that's why I like him. And even though as a Muslim and all of that, I really love praises and worship. If there will be anything that would change me from one religion to the other, it wouldn't be that Christ came to die to save anybody. It will be because of the jams that come with praises and worship. And God bless him for that.
But there are praises and worship too in Islam.
Absolutely not. It's such a very boring religion. I can assure you.
So all you go to the mosque to do is to pray.
The closest thing you will get to heaven, what they tell us happens in heaven, is what Muslims do at the mosque. Like you are singing praises, kumbaya, then you are lying down, prostrating to God and all. That's all we do.
Okay.
So if you have anything nice, it's when somebody's doing some aure in Zongo and then Charlie. That's why the energy comes out like that. Because Charlie, if you go to the mosque, nothing there for you. So those events need then the Zongo boys and girls will come and do their things.
Okay.
I just saw this thing here that is in line with what
Karim said there.
Yes, it says medical attack on social media for sharing nude picture of his What's nude? Which one?
Or the Fela
one
picture.
She was wearing
some see-through dress
with
and then the black panty.
People have too many problems in this country.
I'm for
street.
Charlie, because when I have the picture set on my phone.
Me
post it.
Or you'll be going to
that be over here there. Yeah, but so post it. You know when Bema dear. then ka e fe ne say o yere ho aye fe na wo hu yira wo ni age say me ni ho aye fe se ne ba ya wo pia ai small fianga ga si be omo de omo to 2x4 even now when you say how to cover you understand?
Let's take a break. When we return, we'll talk about the LGBTQ plus bill that some 8 MPs are pushing for it to be passed, and the involvement of celebrities, how celebrities can help in shaping the narrative. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. Don't go away.
Hi, my name is Nanama McBrown. I'm proud to be part of Ghana Web Road Safety Campaign. Please, do the right thing. Save a life. Brim.
So the conversation has been going on, the LGBTQ plus, and we've had Sam George, expressing his views on this matter. Aside from the television and radio interviews that he's been granting, he's been very active on social media. So there is this statement or post that he made on July 23. It was a Friday, July 23. He says, "I've been overwhelmed by the massive support, even here on a very liberal platform like Twitter, for our bill on LGBTQ plus menace. Homosexuality is not a human right. It is a sexual preference, and then preferences are not absolute or unregulated. We shall pass the bill." In case you've been wondering what the bill is, so some 8 MPs, like I mentioned in the beginning, are pushing for this LGBTQ plus bill. Is the promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values, Bill 2021. So the bill states that a person who, by use of media, technological platform, technological account, or any other means produces, procures, markets, broadcasts, disseminates, publishes, or distributes a material for purposes of promoting an activity prohibited under the bill, or a person who uses an electronic device, the internet service, a film, or any other device capable of electronic storage or transmission to produce, procure, market, broadcast, disseminate, publishes, or distribute a material for purposes of promoting an activity prohibited under the bill, commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a term of imprisonment of not less than 5 years and not more than 10 years. So that's a part of the bill. There's also the part that speaks against the torture or assault of any person who will be propagating or advocating LGBTQ in the country. So there are different ways or different things that have been captured in this drafted bill. First of all, let me get Karim's thought on the bill. I'm sure he's been able to chance on the bill. In fact, it's something almost a leaky here. I don't know how it got to leak, but it's interesting. What's your assessment of this whole bill? We'll come to Sam George's banter and all that, but let's first tackle the bill.
Well, so now I'm getting into my very serious mode because I think this is very serious.
You think it's serious?
Oh yeah, I think this is very, very serious.
And I have to get into my
and ordinarily, like in my very natural character, I would be very, what's the word? Very strong, even with my language and many other things on a matter like this. But I've noticed that having been part of some other conversations on radio and other platforms and all of that, I noticed that the bill appears to be very popular among Ghanaians generally. And that the debates around it, if one doesn't take their time very well to go through, people just don't get it. So I'm going to do this as nicely and calmly as I could ever do it. I think that undoubtedly that bill could be, the name of that bill could be changed to so properly fit what it is. And I would propose some judge and associates hate bill 2021, because that's what it is. It's a hate bill. It specifically is designed to, censor speech, to prevent conversation. It is anti-democratic. It is all the negative things that you can say about anything, because that bill is far more than simply expressing disagreement over people's sexuality or their gender orientation. It is far more than that. It is everything about free expression. It is everything about personal liberty. It is everything about fundamental human rights. And so, at any point in time where anything at all, be it on this bill in respect of sexuality and gender, or on any other thing, if that such thing or proposed law ticks all these boxes of undemocratic values, unconstitutional things, hate, violence, aggression, and all of those things, clearly must kick against it. And that's my general view of what this is, Aranspa.
But if you say it's against free speech and all of those, of course, you and I know rights are not absolutes.
Yeah.
And even there are several cases that your rights can be curtailed.
Yeah.
If you are arrested or if you are convicted,
Yeah.
your right to movement, it ends there.
Yeah.
So to say it is hateful, it is against free speech,
Yeah.
how would you explain that?
Yes, it is precisely that, because the bill, and Mr. Samjudge himself has said this on countless occasions, that the goal really is to target advocacy. Because as it stands now, we have a law that supposedly, criminalizes or stops unnatural carnal knowledge. And we know that unnatural carnal knowledge will fit, or some of these practices or sexual orientations will fit within that broader definition of what unnatural carnal knowledge is. But occasioned by recent developments, including the establishment of an LGBTQI plus rights office here in Ghana, to, among other things, make advocacy and to even teach their members within the community and their allies, among many other things. This bill specifically is angered by that and attempts to prevent any situation or possibility where people would promote this. So that's why this is about free speech for me, because it's about expression. And if you have any bill, which ultimately, if passed, becomes a law, that says that on subject A or B, you cannot even make any argument that would even remotely suggest that you are promoting that. What you are doing there is effectively censoring people. Because what we have in a democratic society at all points in time is that people are able to express views. And there's this conflict of ideas where you say A, I say B, and depending on whatever variables are available, including majority opposition, B could win or A could win. At any point in time where you say you cannot even have a conversation about this, you are effectively saying that everybody should keep quiet. And for me, if you look at the very many things that have happened in our society and different other places, there have always been instances where people have disagreed on certain things. There was a time in the history of human beings that people believed that this earth was flat. Those who thought otherwise, those who argued that no, it was spherical, people were killed for that. So the world that we have got up to this point has been consolidated by the freedom to be able to express yourself and even advocate for something against what many people think. Because usually, when that sort of advocacy and engagement, interactions happen and all of that, you either win or you lose. And that principle is good for many reasons. It is good for bad things happening. It is good for good things happening also. At any point when we succumb to this idea that there could be this one thing, that you cannot even talk about it in a way that seems or suggests to be promoting or changing people's mind, you are curtailing free speech.
There have been statements that these things do not happen in Arab countries. How about that? If really it doesn't happen there, if people cannot make comments on that, if it is something that is not entertained there, why do we do it here?
You know,
why can't we emulate whatever is happening there?
I'm sorry, it is the most ridiculous thing anybody can ever see. And I promised earlier that I was going to be very calm and very nice about this, but it's not just ridiculous, it's completely nonsensical. You know what else doesn't happen in, like you mentioned Saudi Arabia. You know what else doesn't happen in Saudi Arabia?
No.
Christianity.
Okay.
So go there. I mean, you see, when you don't have principles, that's the challenge that you have. So today, a secular, democratic, constitutional country like Ghana, right, is having its citizens draw examples from theocratic, autocratic states like Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia that gave us Wahhabism, Saudi Arabia that gave us the many other atrocities that we are seeing. So same Saudi Arabia that until very recently women were not driving. The same Saudi Arabia that a woman could not travel without a male guardian, endorsing their travel. This is the Saudi Arabia that we are talking about. And all of a sudden, we are reminded that, oh, this doesn't happen in Saudi Arabia, and they have been allowed. Why is anybody telling us that, as for us, we need to do something differently? That's why I asked you. There are so many other things. If people wanted to be sincere in this conversation, they will not be drawing examples from Saudi Arabia. Why can they also not draw examples from Sweden? Because Sweden is a liberal democracy like ours. Why are they not drawing examples from New Zealand, Norway, that look a lot like us? So it is very funny. And you see, interestingly, you don't even get Muslims make that sort of analogy. You get Christians largely making that very ridiculous analogy that somehow there are some lessons that we can learn from Saudi Arabia. Really? Saudi Arabia? That's where you want to go? Iran? Maybe North Korea? I mean...
Nana,
Around you.
you think we need a bill like that?
I've listened to him and, you know, it was in a serious mood. Yeah. But this is what I think, I think we need to investigate Sam George and the other 7 MPs. I think they are being funded by an LGBTQ people.
Oh, rather?
Yeah.
They that are pushing for a bill to be passed against the
You don't
community.
get it. You see, what I'm coming to say is very deep. Very few might get it. I'm trying to get into a country where morality comes first before law and order. I've tried the normal way, I couldn't get in, which is try to probably lobby and say, oh, yeah, mommy. It didn't work. An office that I set up was ransacked, closed down and all that. What is the best way to get them to talk and to give me attention? Is to go the opposite direction. I think Sam George and the 7 MPs must be investigated. They are up to something. They are creating awareness for a certain conversation that, quote unquote, is not a norm in Ghana. They are the ones creating the awareness now. Once you put together a piece of paper and say it's called a bill, it generates conversation and it explains into details what the LGB whatever is to people. It even gives education on what it is and how it's about sexual preference and all that kind of thing. You understand? It's like they are educating the masses because their conversation is generated on a mass platform that speaks probably local languages that goes very far than what we are doing here. You understand? And they are not just doing it on the surface, they're on an ATL level, they're doing it on a BTL. As in, when I think they have to be investigated. First question you ask, do we need a bill for this? We don't. Why would they even come up with a bill for it? Why would they even meet and pray against that thing?
Yeah, they say they want to promote propaganda.
They are creating awareness. What are you talking about? We need to really check these guys. Say Ghana Web Excellence Awards. So create awareness. If you don't buy the T-shirts, right? You probably might forget to talk about it on the show because you're a human being.
It's possible.
They make kind of say, I don't know, it's here. They shouldn't make it look like it's not here. It's not as if it's everywhere. Now, they are bringing the conversation to mainstream for it to be discussed now. What do you mean by anybody who would discuss it, blah, 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 you do a bill to fight it, and you know what I'm trying to say? Once you put a paper to it, you have to explain what's in the paper. By explaining, you have to tell us what it is that the thing is. And in doing that, you are creating awareness. Listen, some judge and the 7 MPs together 8 knows that this thing bill will never pass in Parliament. Because it can't say really Antichrist.
Oh, it won't?
It won't.
You think so?
Are you kidding me?
A bill that
all the things that the Minister of Finance is suffering in the country. Have you listened to the budget review?
Oh, but definitely there are a lot of things to look at.
All the things, let me read something that will probably be discussed. Let me tell you something.
But a lot of
in a country where you have a youthful population, factories for one district, one factory, 104, with 150 under construction. 150,975 jobs created. How many youth leave University of Ghana, Accra Polytechnic, and all the other institutions a year? They are creating awareness for something that does not even deserve to be talked about.
In that case, should we have celebrities engage in a banter with him?
How do you know that?
How do you know that they are not alive? We've seen the case of Kojo Sheldon and Sister Debbie.
I'm saying that how do you know
so
that?
What you are saying is that the whole thing could have been orchestrated.
Yes.
By even those who appear to be having a banter with
After the banter, a song dropped. Have you seen the song? Oh, you haven't seen. Nobody has seen the video.
I've not seen the song. I haven't.
Nobody has seen the video.
I mean, I haven't.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh.
Well,
it's everywhere. Check on Sister Debbie's page on Twitter. It's there. After the banter with some guy, they released the thing.
It's possible that she had recorded a song or trained
yes.
the right time.
So listen, I build campaigns for brands. I do experientials for brands, right? Now, I can come and see you and say, bro, put out a post that says brand A, so and so, why so and so. Let me counter the post. Once I counter your post, I release my campaign to make it look like, because our customers are asking for this. This is what we are doing to solve the problem. It's there.
Karim, I mean, yes, Nana has made his point, but some judge seems to suggest that those of you who are fighting the bill, so far you've not made any tangible point for him to even engage you in a debate.
Well, I struggle to get clearly. I've seen that post about some intellectual something. I struggle to see where the intellectual arguments
from
really,
him is
are really coming from.
He is using morality over law. And he thinks as an MP that we voted for, as a member of parliament, you use morality to base as a case. Even our speaker is using morality to speak on an issue like this.
That's because
we are in trouble.
That's because it's part of us. It's part of our culture. You don't think so?
You think you think morality is part of Ghana's culture?
Oh,
in a country where insulting someone is so easy. In a country where we go to church, yet The woman who sells in your neighbor who sells the pen for 5 cedis instead of 1 cedi 50 pesos. You think morality is something that Ghanaians?
So with what you are saying, then I mean, I'll come to you. But from what you are saying, it appears okay.
No, that's fine.
If one leg of this table is broken, we don't need to fix this side.
If one leg of this table is broken,
you agree with me that we can't have everything.
Let me answer you.
Everything right.
Let me answer you. If one leg of this table is broken, first off, your editor will ask, how did the table happen like this? Then you say, oh, maybe I'm saying this here. Then he will say, let's fix it. Do you know what morality in Ghana will do? They will go throwing tantrums and insulting. In this country, Ghana, that's how we use morality.
But we need to start from somewhere.
Your editor would have come and say, that's how they use morality to judge things in Ghana. Don't use, you see, Ghanaians like to say we are a Christian country, yet a government promises us something, and when you question the government, you dare not question an elderly person. Are you serious as a country?
Karim, let me listen to you.
So, you see, it's always very important to, especially on this subject, to interrogate the basis for the sort of things that we are hearing, the decisions that we are getting from the 8 members of parliament and all those who support them, the foundation upon which they build their opposition to LGBTQI plus rights. And when I hear things like nobody is bringing forth any intellectual engagement and all of that, I stay back and I'm like, what exactly is the point here? Because quite clearly, not even a single argument has been made in furtherance of this intellectual engagement so far.
Not even the chapter 6 of the Constitution, directive principles of state policy.
What's the intellectual standpoint of that case? Because if you directive principles of state policy, particularly in respect of that, they are talking about what the Constitution says in respect of customs, values as a Ghanaian family and all of that. But what exactly does that mean? Because when you want to venture into the realm of subjective moral principles, you must come with a proper appreciation of what the philosophical foundations of all of those things really are. So for instance, if you take a constitution that says that do not say discriminate against somebody on the basis of their sexuality, gender, creed, religion, blah, blah, blah. The element of sexuality or gender in there must be taken and analyzed. I get that the point that Mr. Sam George and the others all the time make is that, first and foremost, they haven't truly and properly had that debate as to whether or not there is any other sexual orientation or gender orientation or on the spectrum beyond the binary that we all know as male, female, man, woman, that kind of binary that exists. So you need to have a conversation about what exactly the issues really are. Has he, for instance, averted his mind to the issues on the anthropology of sexuality in Africa, for instance, or across the world, basically? How many psychologists within that particular space has he, for instance, studied? You would hear him and Mr. Moses Fam when he make the point about how until 1952, the homosexuality basically was considered an abnormality. And I cannot understand how anybody would think that that is an argument in favor of why LGBTQI plus rights should not be promoted in a country like Ghana. Because basically, you are saying that scientists at one point or the other thought this. Today they don't anymore. That's literally what science is for. You interrogate a subject, you find more understanding, you find more appreciation, you find more evidence, you change your position. And I really hate to do this, but I noticed that was it Lydia Forsen who made a point to reference Mr. Formoni, for instance, to that not so long ago, and even very recently, if you go to some other parts of the continent, I hate to really do this, but There are places that consider, with people who consider albinos as abominable and want to do with them as they please. You know what else also had not happened in 1952? Ghana was a damn colonial subject of Queen Elizabeth, right? 1957 has come ever since we have been independent. What's this rubbish about how until this period, this was not? Take all the issues one after the other, Brantpa. Take health, take morality, take science. What else exists? All the things. There's not a single subject that exclusively applies to LGBTI plus people, such that one can say based on that, this is an abnormality, and for that matter, we must not countenance it. If you take the argument about culture, and I was on another platform some time ago, and I noticed that when so I was asked that name one Ghanaian ethnic group that supports homosexuality. The answer I provided, based on my own appreciation of social anthropology here in this continent, right, in this Africa that we have, which I would say rather very immodestly that many people, maybe including Mr. Sam George himself, may not be privy to. These cultures do not discuss sexuality in the way that we're discussing it today, such that you would get an example of one ethnic group that supports homosexuality. There's also not a single ethnic group in this country, and I'm making this contention, anybody can challenge that supports heterosexuality in the way that we imagine it. But what is true is that there is nothing against it. It is promoted. Heterosexuality is promoted. There is not a single ethnic group in this country that promotes pizza. This amazing gesture that cheesy pizza has provided here. But when you eat this pizza, you have not done anything wrong. You do not need a tacit endorsement or proclamation that, as for we, I can speak for myself as an Asante. We are the Oyoko people of the Asantes. We support pizza, so you can eat it. That logic doesn't apply. What you must interrogate is that, and you see, there's a certain perversion where when you hear LGBTQI plus whatever it is, you are only imagining a case of somebody removing their dick and inserting it in somebody's anus, or a woman on another woman, either using their fingers or whatever technology that may be available. It's all sex, 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 sex. They have absolutely no other imagination that goes beyond that, because this is far more than that. It is about relationships. It's about orientation. So if you take, for instance, somebody who is intersex. So someone is born, they have a male, female organ, for instance. There is obviously, usually in many instances, one dominates the other. If you take somebody like that, what do we know basically? The convention and the wisdom that we have come to accept is that you are either a man or a woman. If someone falls within or between the two, and that's what is called the spectrum. It's a wide range of things. So if someone falls in that space, what do you do to that person? There are those who may do surgery and, for want of a better expression, say they are correcting it because of that's what they want and all of that. But the point is that within that particular instance, if that person says that I identify differently from this or that, how is that someone's problem? How does that ultimately become a sexual intercourse matter that at every point in time, that is all that our preoccupation is on? The culture argument dies because in many societies, right, what you would find is that there are different expressions. So there's what is called the gatekeepers, right? So which in today's discourse, you may consider that as trans. So someone who may be, say, male in his physiological makeup, but by their disposition, their countenance, their emotional setup and all of that behave entirely different. Maybe even cross-dress and all of that. Those people historically, in many groups, have not been criminalized in the way that we are doing that today. If you take the Azandis, for instance, at a point in time when they went for war and all of that, and those times when they would move from location and go meet as a central place to fight, they go, stay there, they had boys who go with them for sexual gratification and other purposes. In many places in northeastern Nigeria and all of that, there were instances like that. Very wealthy women could take their own brides. What did you think they were doing with them? So you may not like it, but this nonsense that, oh, it is coming from some foreign whatever, that is not true. But even if that were true, I mean, for people whose entire being, their religion, everything that they believe in is borrowed from Middle East, we would expect some modesty from all of us. I am a Muslim. My religion didn't come from Asante Achim, Konongo. It came from somewhere in the deserts of, Saudi Arabia or some place like that. Similarly, that's the case for Christianity and all of that. So if we really, really care about this other people's culture that we don't want to be part of and all of that, I mean, let us be very candid with ourselves. That's not what this is about. If it's about morality, I know I've been talking for too long, but if it's about morality, people have asked the question, okay, is adultery, for instance, a Ghanaian family value? That's not. But you have chosen to
I was coming to use that.
Yeah, I mean, you have chosen not to.
I was coming to use that
to legislate on adultery.
Yeah, but to be fair, some judge says they are not dealing with morals.
That's completely.
For what? Again.
They are not dealing with morals.
How are they?
The LGBTQ plus. Because it came up, the adultery thing came up during his interview on Metro TV.
Yes, I've heard that.
And then he said
but
that.
Let me hear what
he says. What they are doing is not. If you limit it to morals,
that's a lie.
It's out of place.
When we say
you see
values,
how a member of parliament thinks. You see how shallow he thinks. What he's saying, he is using morality to fight a certain group of people who have different sexual preference, but you need to mean for the same morality and tackle.
He says his fight against the LGBTQ plus is not on the basis of morals.
So that's a lie.
It's a big lie. Did you hear what the speaker said?
Let's interrogate.
What has been the conversation of Moses Afomini all this while? It's morality.
Let's interrogate the phrase proper family value. If you take proper is fully loaded with moral insinuations. When you say something is proper, you cannot objectively test proper in a scientific lab or on a field or any. You can't do that. It comes with its own moral connotations. When you say family values, we're talking about morality basically. So that's what I'm saying, that we need to properly interrogate some of these things, and because you cannot say that there's such a thing called proper Ghanaian family values and then say that you're not talking about morality, because it is also proper Ghanaian family value to not cheat on your partner, right? But the reason you are not legislating against all of those things is because you have just chosen which one that you want to deal with, and that sort of selective issue is what we must not really allow.
Okay. So the Lydia Forson's post that you were talking about, and that's how we will conclude. And it says, so it was a story that had been carried, which Moses Fuamoni was saying until 1952, homosexuality was listed as a mental health disorder. So she comes in with a tweet and says, activists are fighting against the hunting and killing of people who look like you for their body parts in some countries, or because they are seen as different. Meanwhile, you that's endured discrimination want to do same to others. So that's the tweet that you're making reference to. So let's conclude on this. Nanayal says that the group needs to be investigated, and but my question to you, which would be the last remark, is how celebrities involvement in this whole thing can change the narrative, what do? Should they sit back? Should they get involved? If they are getting involved, what are they supposed to do? Nana?
I mean, like I said earlier, what Sam George and his people kicked off will rather wake up everybody who has a certain alignment with the LGBTQ plus people. So if you're a celebrity and you feel that people's sexual preference is none of anybody's business and that somebody is infringing on another person's rights, and you want to speak, you want to share your thoughts about it, you're allowed to do that. In as much as you don't want us to prevent you from having your sexual preference, right? You shouldn't also force your sexual preference on innocent people who also don't align with yours.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
But say one day yes so no yen kata yeni ne ndum light na ma fon ka mo sex experience hangi bi mo so twam to pew
Karim, you conclude.
So for me, I think that our socio-cultural realities are quite clear. If you are a celebrity and you want to endorse LGBTQI plus activities, you're definitely going to have some challenges. So I respect those who, based on their own convictions, like Lydia Forson and others, have taken a position to speak against the miseducation, the lies, and the propaganda and all of that, and to express themselves and say that, well, minority rights matter. And just as a country like Ghana has been through all the difficulties, colonialization, slavery, among many other things, and today we are here, there were times that people thought that black people did not deserve all of that. We have moved up to this point. And so for those who are able to, forget about all the ramifications that may come to them socially, culturally here in Ghana, and still make a statement, I respect them for what they do. But what is quite clear is that, of course, today, the point has not been to have a debate on whether or not LGBTQI plus rights matter or anything like that. It has been to simply talk about Mr. Sam George, the bill, and the way celebrities are playing a role in that. What is quite clear is that anybody who has an open mind on this subject should just get themselves occupied with some knowledge and to take their time and interrogate every single item that has been listed as grounds upon which some people don't deserve rights, or some people should not even be allowed to advocate for anything that they want and all of that. And what they would notice is that quite clearly it is just hate, because they don't hate fornication as much, they don't hate adultery as much, they don't hate any of those other things that are
they don't
society.
hate their very first line of morality, lying.
And even
an MP, an MP can lie to us and come and tell us that.
Exactly. Rise apart, the corruption, all of them. They don't hate all of those things as much. They hate the idea that someone is doing something against what they have conventionally known to be the case. And that's what this is about.
If morality works in Ghana, no MP will lie to us.
People are
because we can calculate how much an MP
leaving their wives home and using
this loan that was recently
brought
before Parliament for them to
for the MPs, the cars,
the car, right? You see, they didn't use morality; they went for it. You understand? They say the law.
But loan, they say if you are going for a loan and you pay back at the end of the day, say
you pay back.
Well, it is immoral. It is immoral. That
you have the moral duty to your people.
It's not available to other people.
In a country where you people say our debt, Ghana's debt keeps increasing, and they are bringing over whatever million.
If a bunch of poor people select you to go sit somewhere and take decisions for them, and at every point in time, when the little resources are available, you put it right in front of you first and take as much as you want.
And then come and tell us that.
And then you tell them that COVID-19 is here, we are struggling, the economy is suffering, so let us all take our time. Public sector employees will get only 4% increment. And then all the top people, Article 71 people, they will find their friends who is a former professor, some of them top guys, and they'll bring them together. Why do they never go for somebody from Ababroshi to say that we want to know how much we should give to Council of State elders, the president, and all these other people. So we want Ghanaians to come and deliberate. Are they saying that simply because somebody is selling spare parts and can't speak English, they can't contribute reasonably to say that, okay, the president deserves 100 Ghana cedis? I mean, you bring the thing, you chop finish, and that is immoral.
Yeah, morality.
Abdul Karim Ibrahim is a columnist. He's
the province has theaters in every region for entertainment. Morality is not here. Morality.
He's a columnist, a broadcast journalist, and a debater, former colleague at Radio Universe. Nadia Radio is with OnePlayAfrica.com. The show has been sponsored by Cheesy Pizza. Cheesy Pizza has all you want from juices, smoothies, jollof, fried rice, spag, and meatballs. We have great deals for you all week round. Cheesy Pizza gives you the McCheesy combo every Monday and Thursday. With only 49 cedis, you get one small pizza, fries, and chicken, one cola drink at all branches. Tuesdays are Super Tuesdays at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Buy your Super Family Pizza at half price every Tuesday for 40 cedis at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Be part of the midweek bonanza every Wednesday. Buy and get one free at all Cheesy Pizza branches. And also remember to start your weekend with special jollof and fried rice from Cheesy Pizza branches every Friday. Call 026 4133 397 026 4133 397 to place your order. Cheesy Pizza, your way. A reminder that the Ghana Web Road Safety campaign is still ongoing. Hashtag Ghana Web Road Safety. Let's know the challenges that you are facing on your roads. Those who are not doing stuffs that are moral on the roads. Nkofo to niema basa traffic. Nkofo car to musi. Nina can cause road accident. So film them. Send them to us via email newswires@ghanaweb.com, newswires@ghanaweb.com, or tag us on all social media platforms is at the Ghana Web. Remember, this is a collective responsibility. Let's all help to reduce the number of road accidents on our roads. The Ghana Web Excellence Awards nominations are still open. It will end on August 31. We open nominations on July 5. We are closing nominations, or the deadline for submission is August 31. Log on to GhanaWebExcellenceAwards.com and file your nominations. There are 17 categories. Remember to support your nomination with a reason or reasons. So if you are nominating Karim for business development,
morality checker of the year.
So you say, okay, Karim has done A, B, C, D in the last couple of years, or for the past 2 years, 3 years. Just state your reason. You can even support it with, links and all those things. Just back it with evidence, and then the faculty will sit and do the shortlisting, and will bring it back to you to do the voting. It's a People's Choice Award, so everything is in the hands of the public, the nominations and then the voting. So GhanaWebExcellenceAwards.com and file your nomination there. Or when you log on to GhanaWeb.com and you are reading our stories, you see a banner beneath the story. It's placed randomly, so you can also cast your votes there. Or send us a mail, awards@GhanaWeb.com. Awards@GhanaWeb.com. File your nominations via there. Thank you for watching. It has been another exciting edition of Bloggers Forum. We came your way with yet another riveting discussion. I am Benefo Boabin Abrantipa.